Welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. My name is Keith Hampton, and I am a very satisfied customer of a group or organization called BitcoinTAF.com. BitcoinTAF.com is the place to go, in my opinion. Just apologies. I thought I had a little feedback there, so I'll fix that. So, BitcoinTap.com has been around since 2016, and I was found out about them at a very early level, and I joined them late in 2016, and it has been quite a journey. What I was looking for was honesty and integrity and solid information about the cryptocurrency space. I wanted to know really if I was going to get investing in it, I wanted to have good, solid, honest opinions and information to really help navigate this wild and woolly, wild, wild west is what it was in those early days. And to some degree, it's a little uh, uh, rock and roll today. But that's where the opportunities are. When you have such big movements, and if you know what's going to happen, you can really strategize and take advantage of those situations. And that's the beauty of BitcoinTAF.com. They are a credible organization that offers so much for the cryptocurrency investor. In fact, I'd recommend you folks to simply go to this website, BitcoinTAF.com, sign up for free, and then take a look at all the wonderful things that they have to offer. They have so much. So just looking at all the different choices there are for training and education and or guidance, this is the place for you. And I've got a lot of stuff here I wanted to show you today that I think you will be excited to see. If you're wanting to know what's going to happen in the future with Bitcoin, with the altcoins, you seriously need to take a serious look at subscribing to either the Elliott Wave altcoin charts or the long-term reports. Fortunately for you and I, at this point in time, if you were to sign up for the long-term reports right now, you would get the Elliott Wave reports for free. And as long as you maintain that subscription, you would get the Elliott Wave reports for free. Well, that's a big savings. Like on a 3-month subscription, you would save over $447. And that would give you all of the updates of what's happening in Bitcoin, where we've come, where we are, and where we're going. And that's the most important part. If you know where we're going, it really helps you strategize your investments. And then the altcoin reports give us that same kind of information so that we know when alt season is going to happen. We know when to get in and when to be buying and when to be getting out. I mean, this is just incredible. So to show that, I'm just going to show you the past. This is the Bitcoin algorithm that Marius Landman created. And these forecasts have been, ironically, on a macro level, 100% correct since 2016. I know that's hard to believe, but I've been here during that whole journey. Now, the only frustrating part was sometimes the timelines were off, because that's one of the most difficult things is that you can never predict the actual timelines because of the manipulations that goes on in the marketplaces. But on a macro level and pattern level, they always play out at some point in time, 100%. So if you're looking at this, we're currently in the Damascus Gate, which is 100% correct. This is where we are right now. But if you go back in time, we'll go back to November 2021. Marius was predicting a year in advance that that was going to be our top, was in that zone, and it was complete. Then he said we were going to be heading down for a big drop after that, and we're going to get a bottom happening in October of 2022. So that was, from 2021 October, so a whole year of a really negative market. Then that's where the whole cycles changed. We started the Jerusalem cycle, which is going to be 12 gates that are going to be opening up. And so far, we're in gate number 4. He predicted that we're going to jump from here into a Jaffa gate, and then we were going to have a quick Zion gate, and then we were going to jump up into this Dung gate, which really got started in about March of 2024. And it was a very frustrating gate because it was a really, everybody kept thinking it was going to break out and run, and it didn't. It just kept trending down, trending down. And really what it is, it frustrated a lot of Bitcoin investors. And then once when everybody was frustrated and was starting to think of sell, that's when the big boys moved the market up into this Damascus Gate. And this Damascus Gate was really drawn out. I mean, it's gone on for quite some time. This started in about October of 2024, and it's really playing out even to this day of March of 2026. So that's a good year and a half. And it was a very difficult pattern, a very drawn out pattern. And in that pattern, Marius told us at that time we were going to have this very unusual head and shoulders pattern, unlike what we've ever seen before. And lo and behold, there's our head and shoulders patterns, and it has played out more or less. He also predicted that we're going to have these sudden drops of falling knife one, and we've just gone into now the falling knife two, which is in 90% complete. So that's how accurate all of this information is. The secret now is this is great. However, what's going to happen in the future? Are we heading, from here? Are we heading up like this? Or are we going to be continuing to go down? Or are we just going to rock and roll in a sideways pattern? This is the million-dollar questions that everybody's asking. And if you don't have the subscription to the long-term reports with Mary's Lemon, you don't know. You're literally guessing. We, as subscribers, we know exactly what's going to happen in the future. And that's why this is so invaluable. So what I recommend that when you are in bitcointap.com, seriously take into consideration this subscription. If it was me, I'd be getting the long-term reports on a 3-month basis minimum. I would be paying $300 and getting the altcoin reports for free. That's what I would be doing. It is so invaluable. Now, along with that, this company has a lot of other really good team members that are at the top of their fields in training and education. And I highly recommend that you want to be more successful in this market, that you take the trading courses. I would start off with this foundational trading course and then quickly move into the ultimate trading course. This course here is phenomenal. It is by far, in my opinion, the best in the world. I have taken other courses in the past, and those courses were way more expensive and didn't hold a candle to the quality of this course. When you've completed this course, you become your own analyst, and you can utilize that training and education in all markets, not just the crypto market, but in the stocks, commodities, Forex, what have you. That's how good this training and education is. And along with that, this group has really good indicators and tools. For example, they also have a day trade master setups where you actually have the professional telling you that they're getting into a coin, their strategy, and they're laying it all out. And you can utilize that with your additional training that we have from these courses, which I'm going to show you today how I have done some successful trades or in some successful trades right now. So let's jump into a coin here that's running right at this point in time. It's called Pump. And we got a call on this last night that, and this line here tells us when we should get into this coin. We had an entry zone. We had a stop loss zone because we want to protect our capital because these don't always play out 100%. And then we had different targets of support and resistance lines that were all given to us ahead of time. Now, I could just utilize that information, but I also like to use the training and education that I have. And one of them is a tool called the HODL Fire. This tool is phenomenal for helping to get added confluence when we get these signals. I highly recommend that everybody have this HODL Fire tool. It's only $31 a month, and it is worth its weight in gold. So here we have 8-hour candles. And how we play this is that we're looking for pivot tops. We're looking for pivot bottoms. We're looking for buy and sell tags so we know when to get in. So here I had added confluence. I had the expert tell us that it's a good time to be entering the market, but I waited until this buy tag showed up. I wanted added confluence to this bottom pivot. You notice this bottom pivot is in blue versus black. The reason for that is that's not 100% guaranteed. That takes time for that to be 100% confirmed. That's why we use good risk management and we use stop losses. So in this case, I entered the trade at the entry zone when I got the buy tag, And at this stage of the game, I'm only really risking 3.5%. Now, as this coin is starting to run, guess what? I would already have my stop loss moved up into the stop profit. So now I would probably have my stop loss set right there. So that if this market were to suddenly turn and go back down, it takes me out with a small profit, no risk. This is a no risk trade that I have. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be patient now and let this play out. What I'm looking for is a pivot top to come in. When that pivot top comes in, that's when I'm going to exit this trade. And that's just how simple it is. So along with that, there's other indicators that we utilize that are from the training and education that we have from Nico. It gives me added confidence to know that this is a good trade. And what we're looking for is other indicators to tell us that it's a buy. So let's just back up a bit. We had the bottom pivot. We had a, let me just complete that, so repeat it. We had a buy tag that also showed up right there. But more importantly, in these detonators, we also got a green bottom swing pivots. They were swinging up, and we also got this red line crossing over the blue and starting to cross over the zero line. There's 4 indicators that are telling me this is a buy. So I didn't just have one indicator, I had 4 for added confidence. The more confidence you have, the greater chances of success. So that's why this is so key. I mean, we've got all kinds of information here to play with. Now, let me show you another trade that was given to us on the medium-term reports. And again, we're going to show you all the good things for getting in. Now, this is the same 8-hour candles, and we are going to show you all the indicators. Here we've gotten a bottom pivot and a buy tag. So there would be 2 pluses. We also got a green dot at the bottom right here. That's a third. And we also got a golden dot, which is an added little bonus. So there's 4 indicators. Plus, we've got the red turning into green coming over the zero line. So there's 5 indicators. So there, we didn't have a buy tag, but I had 5 indicators telling me this is a good time to be entering this market. Now, notice this. We now got a top pivot. That means it's time to get out. Okay, and the reason is we've got one indicator telling us to sell. We've got another indicator. We got a red dot at the top of momentum telling us to sell. We also got another indicator here telling we're crossing over, heading down. So there's 3 indicators telling us this is time to exit. Because even if this is a false top and it swings and keeps going up, well, if that goes away and we get another green dot here and it starts turning back up again, we can always get back in this trade. So this is how we utilize this information. So had I gotten in on this particular trade, which I wasn't in, I missed it, we would have gotten in somewhere around here, and we would be out today with a nice 39% profit. So that just gives you an idea of how powerful this is. So you can utilize all of the tools from the training and education. You can have day trade masters. They use shorter time frames, like 4-hour time frame trades. Or we could have subscribed to the medium-term reports down here, which works on 8 and 12-hour candle trades. And then you utilize the training and education. You would then add in the HODL fire indicator for the buy and sell tags, as well as the bottom and top pivots, as well as the training from the ultimate trading course where you're utilizing the detonators. That, to me, is just the best value that you can have for this marketplace. So with that, I would really highly recommend that you, if you really want to be successful in this market and you want to work with people that are have the absolute integrity and honesty in the marketplace and have proven this over the last 10 years, we have people from all over the world subscribe to this information, everywhere from small investors to multi-million-dollar investors. Some of the who's who in the world utilizes this data and information because of its accuracy. And that's the key. They've proven its accuracy, and its commitment to that is without a doubt the best in the world. So with that, I'd like to thank you folks for joining me today, and hopefully we'll have you signed up with a free spot first, and then check out what was good for you. And you're more than welcome to reach out with support tickets or information on a regular basis so that we can help you and guide you along the way. So with that, thank you for taking the time to listen to me today, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side. Take care. Bye for now.